Hi, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 1st to the 15th, 2023 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out more than you guys will ever know, so thank you so very much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It is also listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, let's see, Capricorn, what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, okay. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Interesting. Okay, you're redefining happiness, Capricorn. You really are. You're looking at things. And there was a time where it was like, okay, happiness was just like this. And I know it looks bad that all these cards are reversed. It's not. It is just simply saying here that you're changing things up. You really are. Interesting. Okay. So let's see what spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. This is breathe reverse. You're going to have a tendency when you get stressed, when you get overwhelmed, you'll hold your breath, you will like tighten up, just you'll tighten your shoulders, you'll tighten up. And spirit is saying here, breathe. Spirit is also saying that breath work in meditation will be very, very, very important for you, or just breath work in general, focusing on breathing deeper. We breathe very, very shallowly into our lungs, breathing deeper. And we can start off by, breathing in for the count of 5, out for the count of 5, and then progress from there. We can practice, see how long we can hold our breath for, or see, you know, yeah, just little exercises like that that can really be quite beneficial and life-changing to us as we move forward and as we incorporate them into our life. So don't forget the breath. We take the breath for granted, right? Until there's an issue with it. And then we're like, "Oh my gosh, breathing is so important." But here, it's like, "No, pay attention to the breath now." Let's see what spirit wants us to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Oh, this is the Fool reversed. Now, we can be very afraid as we're looking at things quite differently than we have before, and we're seeing ourselves releasing a bit of envy that we can be a fool, or that we're going to be seen as foolish. This is the Fool reverse. So this is nonsense. And somebody's going to be saying to us that either we're nonsense, or we can be thinking certain things are nonsense. If we're thinking certain things are nonsense, listen to your internal judgment, right? But if we're being called nonsense, or we're afraid of being laughed at or mocked, it's like, okay, that's fine. But I am the only judgment that gets to really have an impact over my soul. And I know that sounds so easy to say, and it's so hard to do. But it's like, I'm on my path and I'm moving forward. And if people are going to spend their time judging me and trying to stop me, and I'm moving in a loving, caring, compassionate way, if these people aren't, coming for our greatest good to help guide us, then I'm going to leave it alone. Like, I'm going to leave it alone. You live your life. You can think I'm foolish. That's fine. I can think you're foolish. That's fine. But I'm moving forward, right? Capricorn, this is what we're saying to ourselves. I'm moving forward in my path. Again, as long as we're coming from a place of love and of kindness and compassion and caring, that's all we need. With the Nine of Cups, there's bounty coming forward. There is a wish being granted. It's a smaller wish. It's a wish that we've kind of crossed our fingers for, but it's a wish that helps us share our abundance with others. Now, we are coming from a place, so when we're entering this time period, we're coming from a place of really looking at everybody else as kind of, oh goodness, there we go, as kind of having everything figured out and us not. So we're being rather harsh on ourselves. And Spirit is saying here, stop it. The Ten of Cups reversed is saying you have forgotten what has made you happy, and you have forgotten that happiness matters. We have gotten so caught up in the keeping up with the Joneses idea of things that we forget to connect with us. And this is going to be a time where we're coming back to the roots of us. We're coming back to the grounding of us. It leads us to the Eight of Swords reverse. We're getting out of our own heads. We have been overthinking. We have been overanalyzing. We have been over kind of doing it in the realms of our own mind. And now Spirit is really saying here, okay, let that go. Let that go. Come out of overthinking, overanalyzing. You're being too harsh on yourself. And that's keeping you back from the happiness that you're moving towards, because it's not perfect. It will never be perfect. It will never be the crescendo of good enough, right? That we want it to be. It's going to be a little bit more, well, not good enough, but like, I mean, everybody's going to love it, right? That we don't see the fingerprints on it. Let yourself say, it is good enough, and I move forward. Getting out of your own head. We all know people who stay in moments of hurt and pain and sorrow and great expectations. We have Mrs. Hamilton, right? And she lives her life in a wedding dress that she never walked down the aisle in because she's living in that moment of disappointment. We all know those people who play their failures, quote unquote failures, over and over and over again in their mind. It would have been better if. And Spirit's like, okay, we're letting that go now. We're letting it go. This is where we stand. And the Hermit reversed is that we're not hiding away. This is not a time that we're going to be hiding away. This is a time that we're stepping out. We're stepping out and we're connecting. We're stepping out and we're moving forward. We're stepping out and we're saying, you know what, I'm going to do this thing and I'm going to do that thing. Don't overdo it, right? Because we need a bit of quiet and balance. But to be able to say, I am moving forward and I am embracing my life is just really, really, really important. We can be also having a bit of difficulty with the Virgo energy or time frame of the Virgo time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. That could have been like not the best time frame for us. So just be mindful about this. It moves us to the Queen of Cups reversed. The Queen of Cups reversed is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But it is also losing sight of what we love. It can be, there could be also somebody who's overly emotional around us, overly intense. So just being aware of that. And it can be also that we let our emotions kind of get the better of us, derail us from the path that we really want to be on. So again, be mindful about that. But this is also a time where we're getting back in touch with what we love. We're getting back in touch with the power of our heart. We're nurturing the inner child within us, the children around us, remembering to be childlike, like laughter and beauty and brilliance. That is just going to be so important for us, so important as we move forward. Because the Page of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, is saying here, the Page of Wands reverse, is that we don't really want to be a student of our passions during this time, but we need to slow down and be a student of our passions. It's kind of like Spirit is saying, hey, remember the cornerstones of things. Remember to come back to the basics that you built your grandeur off of. Come back to those basics. And I know people are laughing and saying, grandeur, Dane, me. No, I get that. But every single life lived in kindness and in respect and in love on this earth is a grand life in the world of spirit. So here, it's getting back into alignment with that. We can also have a young energy. And that young energy can be in air quotes. It can be somebody who's just very immature, that's derailing things, but very fiery. So they don't have the best of tempers. They tend to yell first and think later. And they can always be really kind of like, oh, especially if this is a little kid that you're dealing with. This is a kid who is like, they have just like big voice, but they're also really scared inside. They tend to overcompensate. And this can also be for the adults too. But you're going to see it. You're going to see it with a little kid especially. It's like it's like, "Oh my gosh, okay." So they come across all bravado. They come across super super brave, but then there's a hesitance to them that we just need to honor and respect. And we also need to honor and respect that in ourselves. We can be super super brave in the idea of something, but then in the actual construction of that thing and the actual going after that thing, we can be just a bit timid. So just be aware of this. And then with the Eight of Cups reversed. So the Eight of Cups is walking away from something we once thought we would love. And the Eight of Cups reversed is like, it's not time to walk away yet, or we haven't fully walked away. There is something here that it's like, okay, that's done. That story has been told. It is done. Now it's time to move on. And that might sound cold and callous. That might sound like, but you don't understand. And I get that. But Spirit is saying here, we've paused. And is that pause serving us? Or is it holding us in a place that brings us anxiety and stress and makes us feel overwhelmed? This is also time where we start to look at things with the repeat of the number 8, but it reversed. So 8 is a very serious number. We're going to start to look at something that we kind of let slip, that we didn't take maybe as seriously as we should, or we felt overwhelmed by the seriousness of it. Now we're starting to step back into responsibility mode, into the sense of like, okay, this needs to be done. And it doesn't mean that we dropped our responsibilities. I'm not saying that we, haven't been doing our job, right? But Spirit is saying here, we're seeing in our heads, it's like, oh, I can do this again. It's like, oh, I can do this again. It's like, oh, I can be happy again. Oh, I can do this again. Oh, I can step out into the world again. It's like, oh, okay. Okay, I get this. I get me. So let's see, our subconscious energy to be mindful of. Yeah, is the Lord reverse. So this is Aries energy. Again, like that child right here, or that, young energy comes across very, very Aries-esque. I don't know if I said that, but Spirit definitely showed it. So here, this is somebody who can be a little bit of a bully. Just Aries energy reverse can be a little bit of a bullying energy. They think they know what's right. This can also be a negative parental figure, mostly father, but it could be a mother figure who is just very over domineering. So just be aware of this as well, and be aware of the over domineering words that are making up our lives, like the voices that we're listening to instead of our own inner reason. Okay? Our subconscious spirit message is devoted. What are we devoted to? What do we love? What do we want? We're starting to see our devotion come forward, and we're starting to see what's really, really, really important to us. And it's almost like all the other muck and mire had to come forward for us to be like, oh, you know what? That's not right. That's not right. I muddied the waters, and now I'm done with that. Now I'm connecting again with what my heart is truly devoted to, what my soul truly craves. It brings us then to the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords in the upright position is being the hero of our story. It's going after what we want. It's going after what we love. It is embracing ourselves fully. It is saying, you know what? This is where I'm going. This is what I'm going after. It's determination, it's focus, it's insight. So as we connect with ourselves again, we see that focus. We see that I'm the hero of my story. And we're taking that so very seriously. It's like I am moving things forward and I am going after where I need to be for me. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Capricorn, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.